Okay, I hope you can hear me now, young, whoever you are, and Jewett. Yes, I'll need you to be silent, which is good. Okay.
And the insurance companies covered what the neurologists prescribed. That just isn't going to happen.
I had Crohn's disease and my insurance went in my notes for 6 months and
You're sure not Jewish? It's a highly prevalent disease among Ashkenazi Jews.
I didn't know.
Crohn's disease.
Because I was asked that question because I know it's really high, but no, not at all.
Was the mailman Jewish? The milkman?
I don't know, but my grandma did have a lot of boyfriends. She talks a lot about the boyfriends growing up, so we never know.
Let's see, we can put the show on the road. It's Jewish time, I know.
We're getting ready. They're ready.
I'm good to go.
Do you have them?
Everett. Brian.
Okay, I'm gonna get them, hopefully.
So Brian. Oh, what's his parents' names?
Mary and Susie.
I'll need that. Do you have your vowels?
Yes. Did you get the rings? What?
Yeah, somebody has rings. Yeah, it would help if somebody has rings.
Get the one from Haiti and the one from.
We should be recording this.
It is being recorded.
And they think women.
It's being recorded for future blackmail usage.
Exactly. That's exactly what we should do.
Too bad the camera's not picking up that one.
Oh, you're a hot mess. Okay.
But what happened to the facial hair?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so mad at Chris.
Send that
Okay, now both of you stand Rabbi. Good picture, Rabbi.
Oh, careful with this.
They don't drop
I
it.
know, she's fragile.
We like the chuppah to be fragile. Good.
Okay, well, anything in the hunt? Anybody know the bride? Your
with your
responsibility.
mom. You're having a little discussion.
Let's see how many people are online. We have only one person, Ann Jewett. Yeah, Ann is there.
Where's your synagogue?
Temple Israel. We rent space from the church. And the only even the chapels you can see is totally communal. There's one picture that slightly could be offensive, but you know what? It's what they believe, and they're so nice. And it's the only synagogue in the world that has an ark in the chapel. And I made this with wheels to go in and out so not to bother them. Say, no, leave it there. It's good. They're wonderful people.
Yeah.
When they get rid of the chazan, who is a rabbi,
Where?
Yipeh Shalom,
Oh,
she's marvelous.
oh, the Chazan. She's great. She's
is
the great granddaughter of Eliezer ben Yehuda. She's the great granddaughter of Eliezer ben Yehuda, the guy who recreated the Hebrew
Hugged her
language.
mother and shook her father's hand at every Rosh Hashanah. And Yom Kippur.
They come here. Oh,
They're sitting in the front row.
that's wonderful.
She's great,
She's great. Yeah.
but she only got a 1-year contract.
Wow.
Been there 10 years and she gets a 1-year.
Really?
But that has to do with politics, and I'm sure it has something
Yeah,
to do
the Shalom
with
is
all
all
the Shalom
politics.
coming
It always has been since you were there with Rabbi Arbiter and Rabbi Haddis. It's
Well,
all politics.
I had it been back a few years
It's
ago.
all
Yeah.
politics.
yes, but it becomes more intense when you put congregations together. And it's kind of like
Oh,
it
that is-
becomes a trade-off. If you remain the senior rabbi, then we get to bring our chazan. If
But
you
does
have-
Ohev Shalom has a Chazan? Ohev Shalom doesn't have a Chazan.
That has a chazan, but,
Ohev Shalom does?
but
Ohev?
I think what Gerald's talking about, the politics of our chazan is, and is that she got, you know how this game is played. She got sideways with the president of the congregation.
Got this house in Coral Gables.
It's a shanda.
Yes,
There shouldn't be politics like that, but there are.
she is marvelous. She is outstanding.
So I heard.
She did some things they didn't like, I'm sure. She's very scattered.
It's okay.
Well, she had
She's
a
good.
teenage daughter. She was running every which way. You know,
Life is good. It's good.
So she's only
got a 1-year contract?
as a single parent.
So what's gonna happen after the year?
They renew it.
If they let her go off, and we've been in Beth Shalom since she was the school secretary.
I
for
remember.
Rabbi
I don't know
Alpert.
what to do with this. I leave it here for you, but this needs to be kind of out of the way. I think it's the most out of the way I can get it.
Oh, now? Okay, I gotta go. All right.
Go work.
My turn? Okay.
The show. Is it-
Yeah, I don't know. Which way is it said this be?
I'm gonna take care
Oh,
of
you
it.
got it? Oh. You're gonna do that now.
Okay, you're gonna walk me down.
Oh, is Shuba coming?
Where's the orchestra? You want me to play something? Yeah, play on the piano.
I think
No.
come and sit this side, my boy. This side.
Oh, that side?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, actually, inside, but yeah, inside. Good. There.
We'll get this all worked out somehow.
Stand firm.
Oh, Brent's fault. I didn't have this much trouble with my outfit. It's good.
Very impractical. Awesome. Make sure, yes. Make sure she's the right one. Make sure nobody's trying to pull a fast one on you. Stay
can tell
there,
that-
chill,
No,
chill.
relax.
Chill.
Stop moving.
That's good.
Let me see. Okay, I gotta check and see if you're.
Do you approve it? Now make sure it's the right one.
Okay.
Okay, go. Hold on, go.
Oh, also leave it open
Yeah,
here?
leave it open.
We can sit down?
You may sit down. Well, so good afternoon. I am Rabbi Cukierkorn. This is Temple Israel. We come here for a very, very special occasion to bring both of your lives together. This is a Psalm 119 says, "Ze hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha bo." This is the day God has made. Let's be happy and rejoice in it. This day, the day to bring your lives together, and a day that I know it's a day fantastic for two adults, Bernie and Susie, because they know they have been waiting for this like crazy, but certainly also for your life. And this is a day that I really, when you told me you're getting married on September 11th, you know, I thought, man, what an interesting date. And then the more, and I must tell you that I started the day calling one of my very best friends, who's a journalist here in town. His name is Bill Tameas, whose nephew was on the first plane to hit the World Trade Center. So I always call him on his nephew's yard site, even though Bill's not Jewish. Nobody was Jewish. And but then I get the opportunity to come here to be with you. And this is the antithesis of 9/11. If 9/11 was about people hating each other because they're different, and being willing to kill each other just on account of some perceived difference, what we're doing here today, finalizing, is the antithesis, a sign that people can stand for love and for relationship and for growth and for even sharing their own pins, finally, of their credit cards. And it gives me great joy to bring, you started your path separate. I mean, first of all, I'd say it's amazing that I have two people. You couldn't be more different, from different backgrounds, different religions, different parts of the world, that you can come here and focus on each other, on your love, on your relationship. And I feel thrilled to be the one who makes it happen. And I know you have had, for you to walk here, has been many, many steps. Dating, then I assume if you're in California, you live together, then you got married like with the government, but now we come here to get married in front of God and Jewish community and all people, because we even have a video feed for the good people in India. They can watch now or later as they wish. Hello, people in India, right? They were not there last time I checked, but they'll watch it. Okay. And then, and you even though you walk down here separately, when you will walk out, you walk together truly as one. And I greet you with words that are first spoken in the temple in Jerusalem. Beruchim habayim b'shem Adonai. Blessed are you have come here in the name of God. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha, bo'u lefanav birnana. Serve Adonai with joy, come into God's presence with song. Rejoice that Heath and Shuba join in marriage in the presence of God and loved ones. Mi adir alakol, mi baruch alakol, mi gadol halakol, u yevarech hatan v'chala. O most awesome, glorious, and blessed God, grant your blessing to the bride and groom. Surrounded by loved ones whose joy and prayer are with you, you're standing under this chuppah. That's a symbolic of the home you're going to build together. If you look at this chuppah, it's kind of shaky. See? Wow. And the metaphor is valid not only for Kansas, but for California as well. Why is it shaky? To teach you that the foundation of your home is not the brick, it's not the steel, because and anyway, here it doesn't help because a wind can come and take it out. In California, the earth shakes, but the foundation, what makes your home sturdy, far sturdier than this chuppah, is the relationship that both of you have, and both of you work on it every day. May your home be a shelter against the storm, a haven of peace, a stronghold of faith and love. And now, I invite those who are able to, who are Jewish, to join me in the all-purpose Jewish prayer of Thanksgiving, the Shecheyanu. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Shecheyanu Ve'kiyemanu Ve'higianu Lazman Hazeh. We praise Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has kept us in life sustained us and brought us to this joyous time. In this union, the sacred work of creation goes on. God joining man and woman, God planting the divine likeness within them. The Bible says men and women were created in the divine image. Male and female, God created them. And our mysticism teaches that when the soul is in heaven, it's one, like, but in two parts, like a split an orange in half. And then it splits, the soul splits, and half goes to a boy and half goes to a girl. And then if they marry, and God wishes, they meet again and they create again a perfect union. Right? Certainly hope this is the case with you. You guys look, you guys look like it. You're doing a good job. So may the union of Heath and Shuba animate the divine in each of them. May each help the other to grow in God's likeness. I'm going to proceed now to the Sheva Brachot, the 7 wedding blessings. Why do we have 7? 7 is one of those magical Jewish numbers that means a whole set. That's why we have 7 days of the week, for instance. That's why, but so, because we don't want to give you, how many blessings we wish upon you? Endless, thousands, but 7 is a good beginning, a good set. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. We praise Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekol bara lichvodo. We praise Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of all things for your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer ha'adam. We praise Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of man and woman. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yatzar et adam betzalmo betzelem demut avnito v'yitkinu mimeno binyan adei ad. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam. We praise Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who creates us as partners with you in life's everlasting renewal. Sos tasis v'tagel Tzion b'kibutz banea letocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai mesameach Tzion bevaneha. We praise Adonai our God, who causes Zion to rejoice in her children's happy return. Sameach tesamach re'im ahuvim kesamchecha yetzirecha began eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai mesameach hatan v'chala. We praise Adonai our God, who causes bride and groom to rejoice. May these loving companions rejoice as have your creatures since the days of creation. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bara sason v'simcha hatan v'kala gila rina ditza v'cherva ahava v'ahava shalom v'reut. Mera Adonai Eloheinu shama be'arei Yehuda v'chutzot Yerushalayim kol sason v'kol simcha kol hatan v'kol kala kol mitzalot hatanim mechupatam unearim memishte neginatam. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech hatan im hakala. We praise Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of joy and gladness, bride and groom, love and kinship, peace and friendship. O God, may there always be heard in the cities of Israel and in the streets of Jerusalem and all the world the sounds of joy and of happiness, the voice of the groom and the voice of the bride, the shouts of young people celebrating, the songs of children at play. We praise our God who causes bride and groom to rejoice together. Now, as we practice, take this wine and give it to your bride. Lean in, lean in. Good. You're good. Now take the cup from his wine, from his hand. Yeah. Go. Very good. Good? Yeah. Later. So, as you shared this wine, it's grape juice really from a single cup. So may you, under God's guidance, share contentment, peace, and fulfillment from the cup of life. I'm sure this was very, very sweet. So, but yet may you find life's joys heightened. And yet, any drink, even when it's sweet, may have some hint of bitterness. So may you find the bitter moments of life sweetened by the companionship of each other, in each of its moments hallowed by true companionship and love. And now, I ask you, in the presence of God in this assembly, do you, Heath, take Shuba to be your wife, to love, to honor, and to cherish?
I do.
Say it loud and clear so people can hear you all the way in India.
I do.
Good. And do you, Shuba, take Heath to be your husband, to love, to honor, and to cherish?
I do.
Good. Guys, I'm very proud of you. You're very brave. You wrote your own vows, so go to that first.
Me first?
You first.
Oh, man.
Loud.
Dear Shuba, it has taken us, I can't even read my own handwriting. It has taken us far too long to find each other. However, we have. And my time with you has been joyous, fun, and spicy. Together, we celebrate our differences and similarities on the common ground of love. The future holds for us adventures, some tears, little meaningless sacrifices, optimism, and youthful playness. I love you forever and ever.
Heath, I am so fortunate to have met you, my other half, my soulmate. You have given me your love through all my flaws. I'm very grateful to God for blessing me with you in my life. First, here's what I don't promise. I don't promise to be in a good mood 24/7. I don't promise to say the right things in every situation. I don't promise to get the shower head at the right angle every time. I don't promise perfection. But here's what I do promise. I promise to be faithful to you. I promise to be your best friend and partner in all the joys and challenges of life. I promise to put us first. I promise to celebrate the joy of living every day with you. I promise to love you the most, forever and ever.
Ditto.
May I have, I understand you guys are gonna exchange some rings. There's some rings, sir?
Yeah, I got it.
So, is there another ring? Oh, you have another ring as well. Thank you. Yeah, hold this for me. Be an assistant, Bravo. So, you're about to exchange rings. These rings are an outward and visible sign of an inward and invisible commitment that you have with each other. And just as they come to represent the best you have in you, so they are made of some of the best precious materials on earth. And if you look at the rings, inside, they make a perfect circle, no beginning and no end. So we hope that the love that you share continue to be like this, no beginning and no end. You have two rings, because if you put them together, they make a special number. First, like this, a number 8. That have the 7, I can give you an explanation on every number, but we'll stick with these two right now. The 8 is a number that means a covenant. That's by a baby boy circumcised on the 8th day. Obviously, these rings come to represent a different kind of covenant, the covenant you have with each other. And finally, if the 8 drinks way too much, falls down like this, becomes like the symbol of infinite. So we hope that the love you share will continue to be no beginning, no end, infinite. So now, Heath, as you place this ring, the finger of the one you love, look lovingly into Shuba's eyes and repeat after me the formula that consecrates your marriage. Arei, at, mekudeshet, li, petabat, zo, be, ahavat, olam. Shuba, be consecrated to me with this ring as my wife with eternal love. Shuba, as you place, you did good. As you place the ring on the finger of the one you love, look lovingly into his eyes and repeat with me, formula that unites you in marriage. Arei, ata, mekudash, li, betabat, zo, be, ahavat, olam. Heath, be consecrated to me with this ring as my husband with eternal love. Very good. We have a verse that we say from the prophet Hosea that says, Verastich li leolam, verastich li betzedek uvemishpat uvechesed uverachamim, verastich li beemunah ubidiat et Adonai. I betroth you to me forever. I betroth you to me with steadfast love and compassion. I betroth you to me in faithfulness, so that together we may know the eternal. Then, right before we walk in here, we sign this ketubah that come to complement all the other stuff you have signed so far. I'm gonna show here the people here. People in India get to see a picture of it later. And I'm gonna read it for you now. I'll skip the Hebrew. It says basically the same. This document witnesses before God, family, and friend that on the first day of the week, the 15th day of the month of Elul, in the year 5782, corresponding to September 11th, 2022, the Holy Covenant of Marriage was entered into in Overland Park, Kansas, USA, between the groom, Heath Bradley Weiner, and the bride, Shubhada Padmanabhan. Good? And each affirmed to the other, I promise to stand by you always, to be joy to your heart and food to your soul, to bring out the best in you always, and for you to be the most that I can, to laugh with you in the good times and struggle with you through the bad. May we strive to bring to fruition both our shared and our individual hopes and dreams. Let us build our home on a foundation of trust, respect, and generosity of spirit. May our lives be embraced by warmth, peace, and love. When we grow old, may we walk together hand in hand, still feeling the sweetness of our devotion. I give myself without reservation to our union and welcome you as my partner in life. May our home and family be bestowed with blessing and peace, always valid and binding, and it's signed by both of you and by your two witnesses, Brian, and Jackie, who like me think you guys are okay, good together. You're more than good. You're awesome. Now, I hope you will take this gift for you. You frame it within a place of honor in your home. And I hope that every year on your anniversary, forget the 15th of Elul, that's too confusing. But the September 11th, bring it down, read it, maybe watch the video, maybe, all the pictures you're gonna take later as well. And then if you hadn't called me in all that time, call me for our anniversary. Plus it's gonna make me happy because you make my September 11th happy rather than make me think of you. Now, when I was meeting with you, Shuba, you expressed interest in learning more about Judaism. Whereas I normally give couples a gift, I normally give them a mezuzah. In your case, it would be frustrating because I couldn't do free installation, because I would schlep to California. The mezuzah, the thing that goes in the door. Plus, give you an excuse to take her to Judaica. Stop being cheap. Let her choose it. But rather, I'm going to give you a gift that's far, far more, in my mind, far, far more valuable. It's a best basic guide to Judaism in the universe, the one I wrote. I'll give you the one in English. Put it back there. If you need, we have them in other languages, but we're working on Hindi. Hindi translation is not ready yet.
Is it autographed?
It will be.
Okay, just making sure.
I thought about that. Actually, later I'll tell you a story about that. Well, Shuba and Heath, in the presence of these witnesses and in keeping with our tradition, you have spoken the words and performed the rites that unite your lives. You have stood under the chuppah, you shared wine from the same cup, you signed the ketubah, you exchanged rings, you exchanged awesome vows. I'm so proud of you. You are now husband and wife in the sight of God, the Jewish community, and all people. I ask you and all who are gathered here to pray for a moment in silence, seeking God's blessings upon your marriage and your home. There's a tradition among certain Jewish communities that in Syria, places like that, that in lieu of having a chuppah, they wrap the bride and groom in a prayer shawl throughout the ceremony. We are not Syrian Jews, plus you have a gorgeous dress, people wouldn't see it. But now that we come towards the end of the ceremony, I'm gonna wrap you in this talit that belongs to his father. You can see he hasn't had much wear and tear. And it's symbolic of all our hopes and prayers, that may God's presence envelop you all the days of your life. And I'll do it as I will give you the priesthood benediction, as rabbis have done for generations before me. So you're kind of married, you can kind of get together. Stop doing that. I ask God's blessings upon you. Yevarechecha Adonai v'shmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav alecha v'chuneka. May God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God lift up his countenance upon you, give you shalom, peace. Yevarechecha Adonai v'shmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav alecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'sem lecha shalom. And next to last thing we do at a Jewish wedding is to break something of glass. There are many explanations why we do that. They generally are very depressing. They have to do with like the temple in Jerusalem being destroyed and stuff like that, you know. And that the purpose of that would be to teach you that even in a moment of great happiness, you think of something sad, so you know that happy and sad moments alternate. More depressing even is an explanation that my brother, who's a rabbi in the land of our ancestors in Miami, says that it's the last time the groom gets to put his foot down. But I have seen you, it's not that doesn't work here. But I want to leave you with an explanation that rather than being depressing is uplifting. We have something here of glass. Glass is a very unique substance on this universe because glass doesn't start as glass. Glass starts as sand. And sand is something very stable. You take the sand, put it there, leave it alone, don't touch it, come back into a million years, it's gonna look exactly the same. But you do something to it, you apply heat, and becomes glass. And now it's not sand anymore, can never go back to be sand. It's totally different. Now we have the glass and we're gonna do something else to it. You're gonna apply pressure, step on it. It's gonna change again. It's not gonna go back to be sand, it's gonna become chards. Chard is something different than what was before. And what's the bottom line here? That we hope that what we have done here today has been so powerful that accomplish turning you from 2 to 1 that can never be turned back. And the secret for that to happen, for both of you to remember that your relationship is as fragile as glass and you take care of it as something as precious as you are to each other. So now, put it here for you. Give it a good zest.
Okay.
Mazel tov. Did you break it?
I don't think so.
We do it again, man, until it gets done. Yeah, it's done. We'll run the car over it. Good. You may kiss each other. Make it Mazel tov. Turn around. And I'm very, give this lady her flowers, please, somebody. Oh, want your flowers? Oh.
The blue, yeah.
Good. I'm happy, proud to present to you for the first time, truly, really, honest to goodness married, Mr. and Mrs. Heath Weiner.
All right.
It broke. Yeah, that's it. Simple. Wrap your towels. Right, no. Stop this.